that when our community comes together, we are capable of great things. So when the City of Janesville and private organizations and businesses came together for the ARISENow project, we all knew the results were going to be incredible. 10 years later, the City of Janesville now has a revitalized downtown full of shops, restaurants, and events. On the 10-year anniversary of ARISENow, join us as we take a walk down memory lane where we'll showcase the partnerships, work, and people who made all of this possible.
In 2012, the City of Janesville was really at a crossroads with a major piece of infrastructure located in the core downtown area. And I'm referring to a large concrete deck that spanned the river essentially south of the Milwaukee Street Bridge and north of the Court Street Bridge, bookending the east and west sides of the river. The downtown parking plaza, it was referred to, was constructed in two phases back in the early 1960s in 63 and 65, and included between 250 and 300 parking stalls that sat on this concrete structure over the river. That facility, being more than 50 years in age, was deteriorating significantly and could no longer be repaired. So the question was, what does the City of Janesville do with this facility given the status of the structure, its deteriorating condition, and the opportunities that may present itself with removal? At the time, the city administration worked with various community partners to have discussions about opportunities along the riverfront in the event that the parking deck would come out.
Initial discussions included ideas of enhancing the riverfront and utilizing it as a core of downtown Janesville. There was also a desire to implement a variety of improvements that would increase private sector interest in reinvestment downtown.
In order to do that, we needed to come up with a plan.
A plan where the city and private sector would enter into a public-private partnership to effectively and efficiently implement the desired changes. The city took control of the ARISE plan, with the private sector creating the ARISENow committee, comprised of local businesses, nonprofits, and organizations.
A public-private partnership that was designed to help ensure the growth of Janesville. It was responsible for a wide variety of redevelopment projects and public projects that are currently in downtown. And it continues to look for opportunities for development and redevelopment in our core downtown.
My name is Mick Gilbertson, and I'm an architect by trade, but I currently serve as the co-chair for the ARISENow committee. You know, going into this project, you know, we had this understanding that the city could kind of bake a cake and frost it, and ARISENow could come in and decorate it and kind of take over some of the things that the city maybe wasn't able to do or couldn't do. And you know, we didn't have the capability to do the infrastructure improvements that the city did. So it was a good relationship on both sides.
This community has demonstrated the value of partnerships and the value of working together, and even though it can be very difficult at times, that both the public sector and private sector working together is really what does allow us to create a sense of place. I mean, you go down to Music at the Marv, for example, and just see, you know, 1,000 people down there on a summer night. I mean, that is what you're talking about when you're talking about a sense of place. People feel connected. They're enjoying themselves. They're visiting restaurants. They're visiting retail shops. I mean, it's all works together just to create a great place.
You know, this was truly a collaboration of so many different people.
Different departments at the City of Janesville collaborated to put together the ARISE plan, which went to the City Council on February 23, 2015, where it was approved unanimously by the council members at that time.
And I think, you know, in 10 years, if we had something similar to what was going on in some of these other communities, a lot of those people wouldn't say, I can't wait to move out of Janesville. They'd say, you know, I can't wait to move downtown and get an apartment and go to Black Hawk or Whitewater or U-Rock and stay here and stay in the city, spend their money and raise their families. And so I'm really excited at the prospect.
I would agree with you, Sam. I think it's a roadmap. If you're going on a trip, you plan on going any distance, there's probably going to be a detour here, a detour there. But you find a way to get there. You recalibrate, you move forward. So again, thank you to everybody who's done a great job. I will wholeheartedly support this.
The group began working to complete the first goal of the ARISE plan, demolishing the parking structure over the river and rebuilding the area up as a hub for city events and businesses.
Getting rid of a massing parking structure that spanned the river was probably one of the best things that we ever did. Creating spaces where you can hold the farmers market and where you can see just amazing works of art in a public setting, creating connectivity through trails, and really highlighting the asset that the river is as opposed to ignoring it, for lack of a better description. So all of those things working together, I think, just really demonstrated success.
In October of 2017, with the parking structure removed, Riverfront Park was open to the public.
As I said, today is a huge victory for Janesville, but let's not rest on our laurels today. There's much work yet to be done. We've recently seen the approval of a downtown business improvement district. Next year, with the council's approval, we will convert Court Street to two-way traffic. We'll complete the interactive water feature that John spoke of, thanks to Forward Janesville and the Ford Foundation. We'll complete the Dodge Street parking and the final connection to the Ice Age Trail along Milwaukee Street Bridge. Thanks to a generous donation from SSM Health, we're going to install a free and open to the public fitness court across the street on the green space next to the transfer center. We're going to convert River Street out here into a festival street where we can hold, festivals. I guess it's called a festival street, so we'll call it festival. But we can have art displays, car shows, concerts, farmers market, you name it. Whatever we want to do, we'll be able to shut that street down and enjoy that setup. And then lastly, right over here, we will begin to demolish and take down in 2018 Milwaukee Street Bridge. And then in 2019, we will build that up again. And so I would tell you that with these new amenities, I would encourage the community, the residents, the business owners, visitors, please, please, please come down, enjoy them, and enjoy being in downtown Janesville. And of course, with more people in our downtown, I'm very hopeful that we'll see thriving businesses and opportunities for residential development and improvements.
And ARISE has continued to produce projects and events that have continued the revitalization of downtown Janesville.
It's become a thriving downtown, and it's continuing to get even better. Just the combination of the parks and open space and the art has really contributed to creating a place that people want to be. I mean, if you just look at our farmers market, if you look at our different public events, they nearly all sell out when we're selling a ticket. The downtown is really becoming a more and more dynamic environment, just with the number of retail shops and restaurants and things like that, that are doing very, very well. And so all those things just work together to create a sense of place, to make it a place where people want to be. And it's very exciting to see what has been done and what's to come in the near future.
I think it's been a huge success. I think that if 10 years ago we could have expected to see the full complement of features in the town square, not to mention a number of other improvements, new construction, reinvestment to existing properties downtown, realigned streets, a newly constructed Milwaukee Street Bridge, and so on and so forth. It would have really been hard to envision that actually would have occurred as the outcome of the ARISE plan. And it did, and it far exceeded those expectations.
I think it's just seeing everything come together, and when I walk downtown, it doesn't matter what day or what time of the day, to see people out going to shops, using the parks, going out to dinner, things like that, using the spaces they were intended. That's the really exciting part.
It's pretty special, and I'm just completely thrilled to have been a part of it over the course of the last 10 years.
I think it's huge. I think that those who came up with the plan 10 years ago really were focused on the future. And so we're here 10 years later, and it's been a lot of hard work. It's been a lot of dedication by many people in the community to see it through. And I think that the results are showing themselves now. And I'm really excited to be a part of this now for hopefully the next 10 years while we continue to build on that progress and continue to focus on the type of things that make Janesville a great place to be.